Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Tariq Amin, lecturer, Department of English, Kohat University of Science and Technology, Kohat. Our today's topic is tips for preparing effective oral presentations. This is lecture number 19 of the course Communication Skills. The course code is ENG134. In today's class, we are going to discuss what is oral communication, why we use oral communication, strategies for improving oral presentations, and then we will discuss some of the steps for preparing oral presentation. The steps are determine the purpose, analyze the audience and occasion, select the main idea for the message, research the topic, organize the data, and at the end of the class we will discuss write the draft. Let's start the class. What is oral communication? The definition is oral communication is the process of expressing information or ideas by word of mouth. So oral communication is the process of expressing information or expressing some ideas by word of mouth. Or it can also be defined as oral communication is the process of verbally transmitting information and ideas from one individual to another individual or from one group to another group. So it is the verbal transmission of information or ideas from one person to another person or from one group to another group. So this oral communication can be formal and it can also be informal as well. It can be formal or informal. The examples of informal oral communication are, for example, face-to-face conversations are the examples of informal oral communication. When we communicate or conversate with people face-to-face, it is informal oral presentation. Apart from this, sometimes we talk to our friends, our family members, or some other people through telephone, through our cell phones. So these telephonic conversations are also informal oral conversations. And discussions at business meetings are also informal oral presentations. Now, let's move forward to the examples of formal oral communication. For example, presentations at business meetings. You present something in a business meeting. This is an example of formal oral communication. And classroom lectures are also the examples of formal oral communication. We see our teachers presenting some topics in front of people. So these classroom lectures are also formal oral communication. And inauguration speeches given at a ceremony. We watch in our telephone and our cell phone these Android phones inauguration speeches that are given by different celebrities at different ceremonies. So these inauguration speeches that are given by different celebrities, different politicians are also the examples of formal oral communication. Now, why we use oral communication? What could be the different purposes behind using oral communication? Now, there are many situations in which it makes sense to choose oral over written communication. We have uh, choices. We have two choices. The first one is written communication, and the second one is oral communication. So there are many situations. There are many situations where it is necessary to choose oral communication over written communication. There are many cases where we can only use oral communication, not the written communication, where oral communication is more appropriate and more useful and more effective than the written communication. No, it is more personal. It is obvious that oral communication or face to face communication is more personal and it is less formal than written communication. Written communication is more formal and written communication is less personal, whereas oral communication is more formal. Sorry, it is more personal and it is less formal. If time is limited, if you have limited time and a business matter requires quick solution, it may be best to have a face-to-face or telephone conversation. If you have limited time or your business matter requires quick solution or you are in need of quick solution, so it may be appropriate or it may be best for you to have a face-to-face conversation or to have telephone conversation with your partner or with your friend. Now, there is also more flexibility in oral communication. More flexibility can be found in oral communication. You can discuss different aspects of an issue and make decisions more quickly than you can in writing. When you solve different problems or you discuss different aspects of an issue, in writing or in written communication, it takes lots of time. So, in order to save your time, you can use oral communication and you can discuss different aspects of your issue and you can make quick decisions in through a quick decision through oral communication. Now, there are some other points also. Oral communication can be especially effective in addressing conflicts or problems when you have to address some conflicts or you have to address some problem. So it is best for you to opt for oral communication rather than written communication because oral communication is especially effective in these two things in the when you address conflicts or when you address different problems. Now, talking things over is often the best way to settle disagreements or misunderstandings. Finally, oral communication is a great way. It is one of the great ways to promote employee morale and maintain energy and enthusiasm within a team. If you want to maintain energy and you want to maintain enthusiasm within your team, within a particular team, so oral communication is a great way to promote these employee morale and maintain energy and maintain enthusiasm. This is the best way. This is the great way. Now, there are some steps for preparing effective oral presentation. There are some steps that you can follow when you prepare effective oral presentations. The first one or the first step is determine the purpose. First of all, you have determined the purpose behind your presentation. You have to think of your purpose and uh, you have to prepare your presentation in accordance with your purpose. So the very first step that is involved in preparing effective oral presentation is that of determine the purpose. First of all, you need to determine your purpose. Now, there can be different purposes behind oral presentations. We give lots of presentation, lots of oral presentation in our daily life. We have many purposes, multiple purposes behind our presentation. The first two purpose behind your presentation can be to inform or instruct. You present something in order to inform people or you present something in order to instruct people. So your purpose can be to inform or instruct. For example, your goal is to clarify something. You want to clarify a particular idea, a particular topic, or a particular point, and you give oral presentation for that. And you want to secure understanding, or you want to explain a process. You can also present that orally. Now, at the end of your presentation, You hope your listeners have better comprehension of an issue, an idea, a process, or a procedure. When you are done with your oral presentation, you hope that your listeners have a better comprehension of an issue. They have understood the issue, they have understood the issue, and they have comprehended the issue. They have comprehended the idea, and they have comprehended the process. They have understood the process, and they have understood the procedure. You hope that at the end of your presentation, at the end of your oral presentation, and they will have understood and betterly comprehended the issue that you are talking about, or the idea that you are presenting in front of them, or the process that you are explaining in front of them, or the procedure that you are presenting, and you are elucidating in front of them. So your purpose can be to inform the people or to instruct the people. Most of the time, so we yeah, the other purpose can also be to teach. We see our teachers presenting something orally, and their purpose behind their oral presentation is to teach us. Their purpose behind their presentation is to inform us. They instruct us. Now, the other broader purpose can be behind oral presentations can be to persuade. This is another purpose, or this could be another purpose. Now, gaining willing acceptance of an idea is the core to persuasion. Most of the time, we see people that they present a particular idea in front of us, and they want us to explain, or not to explain, or to accept the particular idea that they are presenting in front of us. For example, we listen to different politicians, and they present something oral in front of us, and they present their ideas, their motives in front of us, and they present that orally in order to persuade us. They want us to accept their idea, they want us to accept their opinion. Now, your goal is that after you have finished your presentation, listeners will accept your proposal, they will accept your claim, and they will accept your idea. So, after you are finished with your presentation, you hope that your listeners will accept your proposal, they will accept what you are telling them, what you are asking for them, and they will accept your claim, and they will accept your idea, they will accept your opinion, and they will accept what you are telling them. Now you hope they will do as you want them to do. Sometimes people give oral presentation in order to make people do what they want them to do. For example, if the presenters want their audience to perform an act, sometimes they give oral presentation in order to make people perform an action. So after they are done with their presentation, they want their audience to act what they want them to act. They want their audience to do what they want them to do. Now, steps for preparing effective oral presentation. Now, the next purpose can be to entertain. Sometimes we also watch people entertaining us. They give oral presentation, they present something oral in order to entertain us. Now, the other purpose can be to educate. For example, teachers. We see teachers presenting something oral in front of us, and their purpose behind their presentation is to educate us. Now, to convince his can also be one of the purposes. This is very much related to persuade purpose, persuading purpose, and to action. This is also related to persuading. The second step is analyze the audience and occasion. After you have determined the purpose behind your oral presentation, the next step is to analyze the audience and occasion, because both the audience and occasions are very much important in oral presentations. Now, whether someone writes or speaks, whether someone writes something or whether someone speaks, the message must be adapted to audience, because the basic purpose behind our writing is uh, to inform the audience, or to persuade the audience, or to entertain the audience, or to teach the audience. Or the basic purpose behind our speaking is to teach the audience, or to entertain the audience, or to inform the audience, or to persuade the audience. So, because the core focus of our presentation, the core focus of our writing, and the core focus of our speaking is the audience, so we must try our level best to adapt our messages to the audience. So it is very much important to adapt the different messages, whether written messages or spoken messages, to adapt them to the audience. Now, less information about audience is available when speaking to people outside organization, or when you are outside the organization or group. When you present something to the people outside your organization, so you have less information about audience. You have less information about audience when you are speaking to people outside your organization. For example, we people belong to the organization that is Cohort University of Science and Technology Cohort. When we talk to people inside our organization, we have more information, whereas when we talk to people outside our organization, outside, because for example, we talk to people from another university, let's say Namal Islamabad or International Islamic University Islamabad, we have very less information about the audience, whereas we have more information about audience when we speak to people outside organization. When we speak to people outside organization, we need to have collect more information about the audience. Sorry, this is not outside, and this is inside. So we have more information about audience when we speak to people inside our organization. For example, Quad University of Science and Technology is our organization, and we have more information about the audience. We have more information about the people of cohort. We have more information about the people of CUS. When we talk to people inside CUS, we have more information about them. Now, analyze the audience. There are some other points in this as well. To adapt your message to the audience. When you adapt your message to the audience, you should seek the size of the audience. You should see the size of the, for example, the size of your audience may be 2 people, maybe 10 per 2 people, it may be 10, it may be 15, it may be 10 students, 15 students, 20 students, or 100 students, 100 people, etc. So you should always keep in your mind the size of your audience, and you should adapt your message in accordance with the size of the audience. And you should also seek the age of your audience. You should see the age, seek the age of your audience as well. You should see the age of your audience, and in accordance with the age of your audience, you should adapt your message. You should prepare your message. You should prepare your oral presentation. For example, if you are presenting something to the to under 18 students, so your message would be in accordance with their age. And if you are presenting something to the people of above 60 above 60s, your message would be different and your style of presentation would also be different. So you need to seek the age of your audience as well. In accordance with their age, you should adapt your message. And you should also look at the interest of your audience. You should also look at their hobbies, their occupation, and you should prepare your presentation in accordance with the occupation of your audience. Composition and likely reaction and level of understanding. The level of understanding is very much important. You should always look at the level of understanding of your audience. If you present something to the students of 5th grade, to the students of 3rd grade, or to the students of 4th grade, so these are very low level students, so your a message, your choice of word, your sentence construction would be totally different. And on the other side, in comparison, on the other side, on the contrast, if you present something to the students of MPhil level, to the students of PhD level, your content, your expression, your sentence construction, and your choice of word would be difficult. And if you present something to the student of 5th grade and you select very difficult word, you construct very difficult sentence and you express your ideas in very difficult manner, it would be highly difficult to understand for the students of 5th grade to understand your words, to understand your sentences, and to understand your ideas. So level of understanding is very much important. You should select your words, you should select your content, you should select your sentences in accordance with the level of understanding of your audience. And attitude towards you. Attitude is very much important. You should also seek the attitude of your audience towards you, and you should prepare your presentation in accordance with the attitude that your audience hold towards you. All these points will help you make a good and solid presentation. Now analyze the audience and occasion. Ask the following question. The first one is, how much do my audience know about the subject? You should ask this question from yourself, that how much do my audience know about the subject? If your audience are new to the subject, you should explain that in detail. And if your students are not new to the subject and they have lots of knowledge about the subject, so you should not go into the details of each and everything. You shouldn't discuss each and everything. You should focus on your main points. So you should focus on discussing the main point. And how much do they know about me? This is also very much important. And what do they expect from me? This is important. You should see what do they expect from me, and you should present what they expect from you. How interested will they be in what I say? How interested will they be in what I say? You should see whether you should think you should see whether your audience will be interested in what you say or not. What is their attitude towards me? And what is their attitude towards my subject? You should see their attitude towards you first of all, and after that you should see their attitude towards your subject as well. And what is their age group? I've discussed the same point. And what is their educational background? Are they educated or uneducated? Are they literate or illiterate? And if they are literate, to what group do they belong? Are they from the level 5th grade? Are they from primary level? Are they from higher secondary level or MPhil level? So you should see their educational background. Yes, educational this is also related. The levels are also related with educational background, but there are some other points that can be related to educational background as well. Now, do they what position do they are occupy? They occupy, and what is their ethnic background? Cultural backgrounds and ethic backgrounds are very much important. You should keep in mind the cultural backgrounds and ethnic backgrounds of your audience as well, and you should prepare and you should adapt your oral presentation in accordance with that. And what kinds of cultural biases will they likely have towards me and my topic? Once you are clear about specific objectives and the needs of your audience, start to research the topic. Once you are clear about all the points, once you are clear about all these points, all these questions, and you have got lots of knowledge about all these aspects, you should start to research the topic. Select the main idea for the message. After that, after you have determined the purpose behind your presentation, and after you have analyzed the audience and occasion, the next step is to select the main idea for the message. The next step is to decide upon the main ideas for your message. So you should select the main idea for the message, and selecting the main theme or idea, main theme of your presentation or the main idea of your presentation should be done first. First of all, you should select the main theme or the main idea of your topic. You should think of the main ideas or the main theme of your oral presentation. After deciding, after select the main theme or the main idea of your presentation, you should collect some supporting material for that. Okay, what is the purpose of your talk is very much important. What is the purpose of, you should think of the purpose of your talk. You should see what could be the different purpose behind my talk, and then gather some additional information which will help and support your ideas. After that, you need to collect some additional information, some additional data, and that data will help you and that will support your ideas. Write main points in order on the page. When you collect additional information, additional data, you should write that in main points in order on the page. You should write the main points in order on the page. Now, you need to research the topic. You have selected the main theme or the main idea of your topic. After that, you need to research the topic. You need to gather material for that. Now, collect data, collect facts, information which audience would want to know. You should collect the data and you should collect the different facts and information that you think your audience would want to know. For sure, you will not get all the information of your central theme. It is sure that it becomes highly difficult for a person to collect all the information or to get all the information of your central theme, all the information of the central theme, or the central idea, or the key idea. It becomes highly difficult to get all the information. Okay, thorough research about the topic will give you confidence and will help to answer any question may arise that may arise when you give oral presentation. Lots of questions can be arises, and if you have researched the topic thoroughly, it helps you boost up your confidence, and it will all help you answer the different questions that may arise during your presentation. It will help you answer the questions. It will help you answer any sort of question, and if you have researched the topic. And if you have not researched the topic and you have not collected enough material, you have not researched enough to research the topic, and you have not gathered different material, you have not gathered enough material, it will be highly difficult for you to answer the different questions. Thus, you need to collect more facts, you need to collect more facts, ideas, and data that is related to your topic. You should try your level best to collect more and more facts, more and more ideas, and more data that is related to your topic. It will help you strengthen your ideas because in research you will get more detailed information of your topic. You research a topic, it will help you strengthen your ideas because whenever you research a topic, it gives you more and more detail about a topic. It gives you more and more information about a topic. Now you have gathered different material, you have gathered lots of material about the topic. The next step is to organize the data. You have collected the data, now you need to organize the data. Now once you collect all the information and data related to your topic, now organize this data in proper format. You need to give it a proper format, you need to organize it properly. Make sure you have only 3 to 5 main points. Because if you discuss lots of points, your audience may get bored. And they might not be able to concentrate upon what you are presenting in front of them. That is why it is appropriate, or you should make sure that your presentation should be limited to 3 to 5 main points. You should discuss 3 to 5 main points. It is best to present 3 to 5 main points in your presentation. Okay, the audience will not be able to grasp more because your audience may not be able to grasp more than 5 points or more than 6 points. That is why it is advised to uh, keep yourself limited to just 3 to 5 main points. Okay, make sure they are arranged in a logical order. You should present your points in a logical order. You should arrange your points. You should present your points, your 3 to 5 main points in a logical order. Logical sequence must be there between your main points. And while selecting the main ideas, the strongest point should be presented first. Very much important point. When you present these main points, 3 to 5 main points of yours, you should try your level best to present the strongest point first. You should try your level best to present the strongest point first. Each main point should be fully supported by evidence that helps in persuading the audience. You should support your main points by evidence. You should try to provide more and more evidence to the audience. And if you try your level best to provide more and more evidence to your audience, it will help you persuade your audience. Now write the draft. It is important to have a clear visual representation of the basic structure of your presentation. You should know what would be the structure of your presentation, what would be the basic structure of your presentation, and you should draw your basic structure of presentation in visual form. You can check the logic and sequencing of the ideas as well as the completeness of points. First of all, you need to check the logic. After that, you need to see the sequence of your ideas because some ideas are important. Some ideas in your presentation would be important. Some ideas would be related to one another. So you should Look at the sequence of your ideas as well as your completeness of points. All of your main points must be complete. And do not memorize the whole presentation. It is not necessary for you to memorize the presentation, as you will not be able to maintain eye contact with the audience. A good presentation consists of three parts. For example, an introduction, a body or text, or a conclusion or a summary. So a good presentation consists of these three parts. First of all, introduction. You should introduce your audience to your topic, and after that, body or text. After that, you would be having the body of your presentation, where you would provide some supporting details, or you would present your key themes, and at the end of your presentation you will conclude and you will summarize your presentation. So a good presentation consists of these three parts. First of all, you need to introduce your audience to your topic. After that, you need to discuss your topic in detail, and at the end you need to conclude the topic, or at the end you need to summarize the topic. Okay, these are references. Effective Business Communication by Murphy. So in today's class we discussed steps for preparing oral presentations. We discussed what is oral presentation. After that, we discussed why we use oral presentation. After that, we discussed that some of the steps for preparing oral presentations, such as determine the purpose. Whenever we present something orally, first of all, we need to determine our purpose. We discussed three broader purposes behind oral presentation. The first one was to instruct or to inform. The second one was to entertain, and the third one was to persuade. You might persuade the people, you might inform your audience, or you might entertain your audience. And after that, we discussed the second point, that was analyze the audience and occasion. Once you are done with deciding the purpose behind your oral presentation, after that you need to analyze your audience. You should see the age of your audience, you should see the level of understanding of your audience, and you should keep in mind the attitude of your audience towards you and your topic, and you should select uh, you you should prepare your presentation in accordance with that. You should prepare your oral presentation in accordance with the size of your audience, in accordance with their age, and in accordance with their level of understanding, and in accordance with their attitude towards you and your topic. And then we also discussed some other steps, such as we discussed that you need to research the topic. After that, you need to decide the topic. You need to think of the central ideas that you would discuss in your topic. After that, we discussed that you need to research the topic. Once you have selected the topic, you need to research it. You need to read more and more on it. You need to consult different books. You need to consult different journals. You need to consult different teachers for that. And after you research the topic, you would get after you research the topic, you would get different material. You would get different material. You need to gather that material, and you need to give it a proper form. You need to organize it. And after that, at the end, you need to write the draft. And in the draft part, we discussed that a good presentation consists of three parts: an introduction, a body or text, and a conclusion or summary. So these were the different steps for preparing effective oral presentations. This was all about today's topic. uh, if you have any question you can ask. Thank you very much for listening to the lecture. Allah Hafiz. Thanks a lot.